Okay.
So what was today about?
Well, what we're trying to do is just, bring some ideas back to Queen's Park, talk to business and industry and the school board in here. And really, they're the people that we're hoping will create jobs. And we believe that their input's crucial. One thing we didn't have this year, because the committee system wasn't put in place till the middle of March, there was no pre-budget sessions around the province. The system is there. It's been there for years, but we broke for Christmas break, and they couldn't get the government to agree on the system. So now this is what we're doing to get out and get the word and bring it back to Queen's Park.
How difficult is it for you as a minority MPP to work with the Liberal government to try and bring anything to SD&G?
Well, we're a little bit surprised because generally, I think the word in the street was when a minority government, there has to be some cooperation. Now you might say that you wouldn't expect a lot between us and the Liberals, but you'd even hear the NDP saying that there was no discussion with either party before the budget was brought down. And if you're really looking for cooperation on getting a budget through, you think you would at least talk to at least one of the other parties. Now they got a document that's issued that neither side agrees with, and really, was that done on purpose, or what's your intention? Are you really trying to get something through that somebody can agree and help you put it through? So we're kind of waiting until we get back. We think they'll probably withdraw the budget and maybe reissue another one, but we'll see, because they stopped this debate on it last week, so which is not normal. And they only have 12 days to put it to a vote, so they're losing time. So
when did they stop debate?
Well, it never really came to debate. They withdrew it and put other bills before it. So
okay,
we're trying to figure out what their strategy is, because they say there is no discussion on the issue.
Yeah.
So since you've been MPP, what do you think your greatest accomplishment has been so far this term?
Well, I think what we're trying to do is just bring the highlights back to Queen's Park. Make people aware of some of the issues. I mean, we had an open house or roundtable yesterday on the Green Energy Act and some of the issues around energy, and we just think people deserve the right to know what energy is costing them. And when you see that by the end of next year, we'll have the highest rates in North America, we've come from one of the lowest rates not too many years ago, and yet we're still hoping to attract business. You can't drive up your costs. It's all about competition today, and if you're not competitive, then energy is one of your biggest costs. And that's fine. We had the Auditor General's report, and his comment was, this government's got to let people know what the Green Energy Act is costing them. And it's lots. It's big costs, and those are the costs they're publishing. There's a lot of extra costs that we know are there that because of their oversubscribed green energy projects that aren't included in their forecast yet. They brag on one side how many people are going into it, but their costs don't reflect the much lower number that was in the original act.
So who were you talking to today, and why?
Well, we're members from the industry, the school board, and because we've missed that round of budget talks, it's traditional in January and February.
Okay.
As a party, we're going out and talking to people who will have a part in providing jobs at the municipal sector here. With City of Cornwall, we have schools here, we had some industry here, and looking at what they see, some of the needs if they're going to go out and expand and hire people, some of the problems they may be having with the workforce, and it's really this province is going to be successful. It's all about providing good paying jobs and being competitive and being able to sell our products.
So this is a budget meeting predominantly, a budget focused meeting?
Yeah, just to say what things that could have been provided in the budget. We found that there's a lot of promises of setting up commissions to look at job creation, but I don't think we need another commission to look at job creation. I think we need action.
And is this because are you doing this because the budget's been withdrawn?
Well, we haven't. Officially the budget's still on the table. We're just wondering when you stop debate now, because that limits the number of days to have to get it through.
Do you think you'll get another, or I shouldn't say another kick of the can, because you don't think you got a kick of the can the first time around with the budget. Do you think you'll get a kick of the can now? Is that why you're talking to people? Or?
Well, yeah, we want to bring, we'll bring back our input, and we've been trying to provide it back. And our criticism of the budget is that we needed a jobs budget, for one thing, that addressed the jobs market. All we got was the fact that they're going to set up a commission to look at jobs and productivity. The other thing is that people have to have some confidence in the in our province, and one of the key issues that everybody's been warning about is spending. And we see budget projections that don't attack the deficit for until after the next election, if it's in 4 years.
What do you think about the possibility of a casino coming to Cornwall?
Well, I think there's places for casinos. I don't mind, but I guess that's their job strategy, setting up new casinos. Is that really a productive use of our, we're looking to move our economy ahead? The only plan they had was moving the casinos away from horse tracks and moving them into standalone buildings.
Would you support a casino coming to SD and SG?
I think if there's a market for it, yeah. I mean, I think I'd like to see one in places where we have a market leaving our province to go gamble. I think that it's an industry that there's a large group of people who enjoy the hobby, and if I see them leaving the country or leaving the province, I'd like to give them an alternative.
Do you think that the casino in Akwesasne, just over the border here of Cornwall, was an impact on the local economy?
Well, it attracts people. I look at the one in Hull as an example. There's people come in there and into the Ottawa area and go across the Hull to gamble. A couple of benefits for putting one in Ottawa. One is you capture the people that really want to gamble, and you keep the money in Ontario. And the other thing is that it makes a bit of a tourist attraction when you have a number of casinos in an area. People like variety, and so there's a double-edged sword that you can grab benefit on both sides.
So if you had a vote or a say in the issue, would you vote to have a casino here in Cornwall?
Well, I think that that's a municipal decision if they would want one. First of all, I think we leave it up there, and then we look at if there's a market for it. I think, sure. But as I say, that's the only job incentive we see in this budget is the fact he's going to set up casinos.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
The other thing, I don't know if you got a chance to look at it, that I gave to Marilyn, was there's going to be a press conference Friday about the budget and poverty and how it seems to be on the backs of poverty, this budget. How do you feel about that? Are the working poor or the poor being shortchanged in this budget?
Well, I was a bit surprised, I guess, if somebody's looking for support for the budget, that was in there. It kind of jumped right out at you. But we look at some of the waste here that's gone on, and Don Drummond, who completed his report, has identified 28% of the budget on healthcare is wasted.
How much?
28%.
Wow. Okay.
That's their own economist. That's chosen to do the work. So that's just in healthcare, which is the biggest department. We look at the Orange ambulance costs. You look at they canceled 2 hydro plants. Well, we were originally thinking up to $1 billion each, but there's a lawsuit of one for $1.3 billion on top of the costs. There's a lot of money out there that could be redirected towards some of our essential services. Looking after our disadvantaged, where there's been no initiative to look at those things. All we see is going through the Committee on Orange is try to bog it down with. They called 6 witnesses from the opposition last week. 2 members of the NDP and 4 from the Conservatives as witnesses. This was the Liberals' witness list. So if you really want to get down to something and you only have so many hours to discuss it, in a lot of ways, what are we supposed to know about an organization that we're not allowed to look into? Or is that just to tie up the witness time so we don't find out what really happened there?
But to go back to the poor in the budget, it's...
I guess what I'm saying is that there's a lot of opportunity for waste, so we just don't have to increase taxes, increase spending. I think you have to look at their own economy and say, look at what you're spending, and is it having an impact? And the answer is probably no. If you're wasting almost a third of the budget you're spending in healthcare, some of that money obviously could be redirected and put into better use and get results. I mean, those aren't our numbers. That's their numbers.
So in this budget, the average working family in Cornwall, which is a lot of people working minimum wage, just above minimum wage, are they better off? Or the people that are on social assistance, are they better off, or are they?
Well, they're not
better
better off. No, they aren't, because there's no changes in benefits. You know, the private sector haven't had wage increases for the last number of years. I think we're calling for a public sector freeze, just because that's what everybody else has been enduring, and we think it's only fair. And we've seen, you know, a public sector that's been leading the province as far as increases. And somebody's got to pay the bill. And you're looking at taxes going up to cover just all the other costs, inflation, plus these wages. So the people who are paying are the ones that can't afford it.